down to the airport.
What's the devil's bill, then?
If he can be here, he'll be here. If he can make it, he'll make it.
On a day like this, it would be nice to be able to depend on having your own kids present and accounted for.
Oh, shush. There's enough of them here to fill a barn.
Well, it would be nice to have Bill here, if you don't mind.
He could be otherwise occupied, Pop.
Oh, sure. And something more important than this?
You know darn well it could be.
Well, he said he'd be here.
If he could make it. He said he'd be here if he could make it.
Manhattan Ladder 1-4. Lieutenant Quinn, be advised this is reported a vacant building fire.
The deputy commissioner is on his way, folks.
Will you stop fretting? If he could be here, he'd be here.
You said that.
Grandpa, it's time to wake up.
I'm not asleep.
Well, Tom.
Good morning, sir. I appreciate this.
Oh, Peggy. How nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Gene.
This is my daughter-in-law, Elizabeth Quinn.
How do you do?
Elizabeth.
My son, Michael Timothy.
Michael.
Mr. Carmody.
My oldest grandson, David.
David.
Kathleen Quinn, granddaughter.
Pretty girl, Kathleen.
Thomas Michael Quinn, named after me.
Thomas Michael Quinn, named after you.
And Sean James, the youngest of the lot.
John James.
Oh, and you know my father, Sean James Quinn.
Oh, yes.
I'm 92 years old.
92 years old. Well.
Sure, is that the best you can do? Well, that's very clever, I'm sure.
Pay the old man no mind.
Yeah. Thomas Michael Quinn, having been a member of the fire department of this city for 41 years, and whereas he has reached the day of compulsory retirement, and whereas he has for these 4 decades comported himself in a manner exemplary, noteworthy, and on many occasions heroic, and whereas said Thomas Michael Quinn is a native son and lifelong resident of this metropolis, it behooves the undersigned to extend to Thomas Michael Quinn greetings and the gratitude of his fellow citizens. John Emery, Fire Commissioner, City of New York.
Thanks, James. Tell the commissioner thanks.
Well, Tom, when's the banquet?
There's always a banquet. Well, boys, give me one next week.
To which you're invited, of course, and your lady.
Well,
Mr. Carmody, we can't keep the mayor waiting.
no, can't do that. Well, Tom, my honor, my pleasure.
Thank you, James.
A very proud day for all of you, I know. Great man, Tom Quinn. Great man. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Well,
Now that's what's wrong with the department. It's them damn silly politicians who haven't the brains to tell you the time of day. And if you want my opinion, that one wouldn't know how to wind his own watch. Has he nothing better to say to a man who's given 41 years of his life with the whereas and whereas?
You're getting them on.
I'm not hungry.
Nice lie back.
I don't want to lie back.
Like your back.
I don't want to go to the bathroom.
When you got the scroll, how come you didn't make that speech I heard you practicing this morning?
Well, I'm only a bathroom order, Peggy. You know that. Well, Laurie went to the airport, that's all. It's a hell of a reception committee for Rita. Couldn't she take an earlier plane, get here in time to see me attain my sainthood?
She took the earliest plane she could. Helen Mary. I know how much she likes my checkerboard cake.
Oh, now that's very thoughtful. I appreciate it.
I'll shake the hand that shook the hand of the deputy commissioner, and never a finer man ever deserved better.
It's always been a pleasure living on top of you, Geraldine.
Will you come up later? After dinner, sure.
The plane is 20 minutes early. Mom. Robbie.
Was it a good trip?
Oh, Dad.
Ooh.
Michael, darling. Elizabeth.
Hey, Rob.
Oh. Oh, don't tell me this is Davy.
It's Davy.
Oh. And Kathleen. Oh. And you must be Tommy. Oh,
And what's my name?
Grandpa. Is that a present? Oh, Grandpa.
Rita.
Oh, little Sean.
That's him so.
I don't believe it.
Now, Tommy, pass this down to your Aunt Rita and to your grandfather. Here's another one. Here, Tommy, take it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Robbie.
Here's some coffee.
Honey, you want... Yes. Mom, you want coffee? That's enough, Kathleen. Thank you.
Grandma gets it.
Right.
Yeah.
Get a little weight. Down there.
And Grandma.
Everybody goes down there.
David, you drinking coffee?
If you didn't know what whereas meant, you missed the whole thing. I knew what he was talking about. No, I don't want any cake. I'll have some apple pie.
I want to take a
Want to play checkers?
Hey, David, put milk in there.
Thank you. It's checkerboard cake, but I'd rather have your Irish bread.
Uncle Bill! Bill.
I'm sorry I'm late. Oh, you look wonderful.
Now sit down and eat.
I kid you not. You look terrific.
Don't tell me you ate before you got here, because I'll kill you if you did.
I'm starving to death, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, sit down.
Hi, Grandpa.
Don't talk to me. You've no manners getting here this late.
That's Rob. God, he looks old enough to vote. And tall enough to run for office, eh, Pop? I'm your Uncle Bill. I know you don't remember.
I remember.
You do?
Yeah.
It's been 7 years since I took my one and only trip to Nebraska.
He's got a memory that will astonish you. Come on, sit down.
West 87th Street.
And?
And a lot of smoke. Eddie Benson took a feed, but after some oxygen, he was okay. Welcome home.
Really? So what I've done is to sublet it for you for a month until you can find something you really like. It's on the second floor, faces the back, but it's quiet, and they've left enough furniture there to tide you over until you're in your own place and can buy your own things. Makes good sense, Mother. Did you bring any of the furniture from the farm?
Just Kevin's desk. Ugly old roll top, but maybe Robbie will want it someday.
Sure he will. He'd appreciate it that you lugged something of his father all the way across the country.
Do you think we'll be able to finally locate around here?
You mean that you'd like to live in the old neighborhood?
Why not?
Well, Laurie has got some ideas about the village.
I'm sure after 2 years in New York, Laura's got some very fancy ideas. Like a little townhouse with a garden. A nice, cheap one.
How did you guess? Did you collect the insurance?
We'll be all right for a while. A couple of years, anyway. Mama, this is Earl. Oh, hello, Earl.
I'm pleased to meet you, Mrs. O'Neill. Hi, Mrs. Quinn.
Hello, Earl.
I heard about nothing but you all the way in from LaGuardia. Sorry you couldn't join us for dinner.
I had an audition, Mrs. O'Neill.
Yes, you're an actor.
Yes, ma'am.
And your last name is Prescott? That's a nice name.
Well, it's a good stage name. Better than my own.
Your own?
You didn't tell her? My real name is Enrico Panabianco.
I like that one better. It's a real name.
Change the locks tomorrow, right this way, ladies.
It's only for the time being, but the price is right, and you'll be comfortable here until you can find a place that you really like.
That looks all right. Robbie, honey, what do you... Where is he?
No, he's talking to Grandpa.
Till we find what we really want. Something with a little garden.
Oh, right this way, sir. We'll put all the bags in the bedroom.
Just one bedroom?
Oh, no, two. You and I share, but Robbie has a room all to himself.
Come, it's only temporary now, remember,
All right, Mom,
until
I
we can
understand.
find something that we really like.
Robbie's not very happy, is he?
Well, he didn't want to leave, I understand.
Well, it's tough leaving your home and your school and your friends at the age of 14.
Well, he's a bright boy. He understands. Without a father, who could run the farm?
And you like it, Mama?
Oh, it'll do fine, hon. Just fine.
Oh, I'm so relieved. I'll move my things down from upstairs, Grandma.
I'm going to be sorry to lose you, Laurie.
Oh, big deal. You lose me to the second floor.
Laurie,
Oh, yeah, hon, okay. Mom, Earl's got to go.
I have an early call tomorrow, Mrs. O'Neill.
Oh, I understand. So nice to meet you.
I hope I see you again.
Oh, I'm sure that can be arranged.
Good night, Mrs. Quinn.
Good night, Earl. It's been going on for 4 months. I think he's a nice boy.
But he's an actor.
And Laurie's an actress.
Exactly. Who supports who?
Good night, Mr. Quinn.
Good night, Earl.
Hey, take it easy, Earl.
Good night.
I'll be right back.
Did you get that look in her eye?
Well, it's been there ever since she met the guy.
I think it's healthy.
Is love a healthy condition?
No, I mean him being an actor.
There's millions in it, they tell me.
Yeah, for 1 in a million. Oh, well, it's her business, nobody else's.
Well, it's a natural thing, you know. A man retires from the department, or any business, I guess, and you give him a testimonial. You give him turkey and green peas and speeches, and a few laughs and a few tears. That's what a man gets after 40 years. And I don't know that there's much more that you can give him.
Where will it be?
Well, the men of his company are arranging it, so the choice is theirs, and they've picked Hennington Hall. But it's been completely redecorated since your wedding breakfast.
Evening, one and all.
Oh, love, not here.
Well, why not? He's gone.
There'll be others.
Okay. I'm on my way. Manhattan Island's 13.5 miles long. It's got 1 million buildings and 1 billion apartments. Great big, beautiful beds. Warm and comfortable. Wall-to-wall privacy. And it all stinks.
And cows, too.
Yes, sir. We had 3 cows.
Oh, dear, that's hard to believe.
Why?
What, in this family? Cows? Sure, we've been city mice in this outfit back to Adam and Eve. Well, back to Sodom and Gomorrah, anyhow. And this is the first time any one of me brood ever talked to me of the cows he used to have. Oh, I wish I'd seen them. So I suppose every member of this clan but me has seen that farm.
Oh, no, that's not true, sir. Uncle Bill came out a few years ago to see us, and Grandpa and Grandma came out for the funeral, that's all.
What funeral?
When my father died.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sure, I'm one of these old goats that goes around saying me memory's as good as yours, but I'm a damn liar. I do forget. Sure, now I remember. I remember your father well. Kevin.
Yes, sir.
And he took you to live on a farm where there was cows. And now he's dead. And you've come back to the city.
Yes, sir.
I suppose everybody will go pussyfooting around rather than mention his name in your presence, but I'm too old for those games. Come here, brother. Bend down to me. Sit down now. Sit down now. Sure, I loved your daddy. I loved him. Even if he did take me only granddaughter away from me to live on a farm. But of course he got sick, you know. He took too much smoke, you know, in that fire that destroyed the old canvas factory that time. And he couldn't live in the stink of the city. But I loved your daddy. And the kiss was for him. And for you. Oh, look what I made you do. Here. Just blow hard. Oh, they take you away from your nice farm and the lovely cows and all, and bring you to this damn, dirty, disgusting city. Gives the back of its hand to God. It's a running sore on the face of the earth. And I thank God every day that I've been allowed to live the best years of my life in the very thick of it. Thank God I've lived here, and God willing, I'll die here.
And then the great man shook my hand and handed me a certificate. One of them whereas things, saying I'm a credit to the human race. And then we all came home.
What, no gold watch?
I don't need a watch. I don't count the hours from now on. I count the days. They should have given me a calendar.
Hey, that sounds bitter. It's not like you.
Well, I'm sorry. It wasn't meant to be. It's just that I've never been out to pasture before in my life.
Well, you'll find something.
You're darn right I will.
Hold it just a minute, hold it. Guzik, I thought I told you to cover Morales. Now, what we got to do to reach an understanding, Guzik? You want me to talk Polish?
That'll be a great idea.
Now, come on, don't get smart, huh? All right, Gerhard, just take your shot from the outside, okay? I don't even want you to think about going in. You said, all right, now come around here. Let's jump it off. Ferguson, come here. Ready? Here we go. Hey, Pop. How you doing? Oh, great. Hey, watch that kid Morales. And he learned how to play in Puerto Rico.
Oh, they play the game there, too, huh?
They play it in China. They're pretty good, too, I hear.
Hey, you know, there's one thing you never told me. Do they pay you extra for coaching the team?
I'm not the official coach, Pop. I'm just helping out Barney Gorman.
You like the game, huh?
Oh, I love it, Pop. I love to play it, coach it, watch it. I love everything about it. Hey, Cohen, come on, keep it low, huh? Keep it low. Now, there's a kid who run between the raindrops.
How's Liz?
Oh, she's great, Pop.
She's a great girl. You picked good.
Well, what, you saving yourself for Saturday night?
Yep.
Gotta be a great party.
Oh, yeah.
Take care, huh?
Michael Timothy, you take that anxiety out of your voice. I am not now, nor will I ever be, a problem in geriatrics.
Oh, Pop.
I'll not be camping out on a park bench doing nothing because there's nothing to do. I aim to enjoy my retirement.
Hey, come on, pass it, McDevitt!
Got your name in the paper.
Well,
hey, how come you weren't on a TV? You're looking great.
great.
Hey, how's it feel to be walking around without a uniform on?
Hey, what do we call you now? We still call you Cap or Mr. Quinn or what?
Well, just don't call me Mrs. Quinn.
How is the missus?
She's fine.
Ah, good. What's the coffee situation?
Oh, terrific. Come on the back. Have a cup.
There's Michael Timothy, age 10. He's coaching the basketball now, you know, on the side.
My sister Angie's kid, Charlie, plays on his team. His second team. He says Mr. Quinn is one hell of a guy.
Yeah, he is.
Rita get here yet?
Yesterday. And she's in good shape, considering. We're tickle pink to have her, you know.
Tell the truth, Cap. Honest to God now. You miss us?
One day he retired, and he wants me to be dying of lonesomeness.
Kidding aside.
Sure I miss you. If I could miss another hole in the head.
Oh.
Attention, engine 76, latitude 2, battalion 11.
It's just... See you later.
Avenue, 96th Street. Acknowledge 76. In Manhattan, 5134, Columbus Avenue, 96th. Attention, engine 76, latitude 2, battalion 11. Respond to Manhattan, box 1364, Columbus Avenue, and 96th Street.
unplug the equipment?
Maybe we can say a few words about Engine Company 289 and what they did in the brewery fire in Queens.
No boasting. It's bad taste. This is a convention, man. Come on. Bill Quinn's come all the way downtown from Ladder 14 to write the damn thing for us, but how can he write a speech if we don't give him any ideas?
I still say comparison response time.
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Send her in. Please, yeah. Sorry, Joan. Just take a minute.
Oops, sorry, I didn't know.
Oh, it's all right, honey. Come on in. You know everybody.
Mr. Masterson, Bill?
Who's coming?
Oh, please sit down. I'm just in,
Disregard the black one. It's for the liquor closet. Now, you sure you know where the garage is?
East 91st Street.
3 Aces Garage. Ask for Tony.
You playing these when?
4 o'clock. Call you on Tuesday.
Take your pills. Goodbye. Don't throw any hot water bottles out of hotel windows. Don't pinch any old lady. Oh, stop that. Bye.
Come on, fellas. I gotta make this speech tomorrow night. So far, you guys have come up with zilch.
Well, why not tell them the truth? You know, why don't you tell them that after laying off 900 firefighters and closing down 25 companies, we're just not equipped to fight fires anymore. What they should do is pass a law making fires illegal.
Gentlemen, time's a wasted.
Well, we finally settled on a pretty good routine. He's going to boast about the new training school on the island, and the new trucks we're getting from Mac, and the pension plan. And well, when we finally got the routine down, I had to go in and write it. And that's why I was late.
Dinner.
What was all that stuff about the keys this morning?
Go sit down.
Tell me.
I called and told him that I had to have the car because I had to go and see my mother. Seemed like a good excuse to come by the office.
What for?
To insist I said, all right. He told me you were going to be there.
Well, you knew you were coming over to see me tonight.
I'd like to see you morning, noon, and night. Go sit down and eat.
Okay.
Eat your soup. It's my specialty.
Yeah.
Open a can, and I add salt.
Too much salt.
Tell me about the testimonial for your father.
Is the rest of the meal as bad as the potage?
Jean told me we're invited. You think we should go?
I really don't want any dinner.
You're just not the fireman type, are you?
What's the fireman type?
I think you became a fireman because your grandfather was a fireman, because your father was a fireman.
Well, there's something in what you say.
If you could call the shots all over again, you could just press a button and be anything in the world that you wanted to be.
Something quite ordinary.
You played this game before?
Oh, yeah, I'm an expert at it. My earthly possessions would consist of these. A tropical hut on a tropical island. 10,000 linear feet of strictly private beach.
An outrigger sloop, 22 feet long. Plenty of fish in the lagoon. A wahine to cook the fish.
Oh, I don't like you bringing other women into this conversation.
Plenty of books in the back room.
That's better.
A hammock for two.
And what would you do in your spare time?
Oh, I'd sit on the beach.
Yeah?
And I'd wonder why the hell I never became a fireman.
Well, I must say, when I got your letter, I was delighted. Yeah, I told you in my reply to your note of the 15th inst. that you were the best office manager this company ever had.
Thank you, Mr. Breyer.
Of course, a lot of changes have taken place in the accounting business in 12 years.
I know.
Do you? Do you, Rita?
Oh, no, thank you.
When I say that the office has become computerized, do you really understand what I'm talking about? When I say that we've just installed 3 of the latest Opertec 473 radiants, do you know what I mean? If I were to ask you about Max copiers and Cornish machines, would you dig that jive?
No, sir, I would not.
Yeah, we're not certified public accountants anymore, Rita. No, we're consultants in the field of personal management. Everything's changed. Well, I mean, look at me. I mean, did I ever wear clothes like this 12 years ago?
No.
No. I used to be Artie Breyer, your friendly CPA. Now I'm Arthur Breyer, your consultant in personal management. I even have to dress to look the part.
I see.
And take you. You'd have to go to a class for a course, at least 3 months.
Well, I wouldn't...
No, then you'd come back here, and you'd be like a kid starting all over again. Against a lot of real kids.
What are you trying to tell me?
Well, I'm trying to tell you, Rita, that, well, coming back to work here is not the answer for you.
Well, then why did you write to me saying, sure, come back to New York? That's the main reason I came back. You as much as said there'd be a job for me with the company.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I did not say there'd be a job with the company. I said there'd be a job.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Well, this is the address. And, this is the name. Yeah. Now, can you get over there right away?
Who is he? For what?
You'll find out. I think.
Here's the list of the absolutely necessaries.
Thanks, Miss Quinn. That's all?
At $12 a head. I wouldn't suggest anyone that wasn't absolutely necessary.
Well, family and personal friends are invited, Mrs. Quinn. It's only the men in the company that pays their way.
Then it's their money that's paying for the family and personal friends, so let's keep it down to a fair minimum.
You're having none of the kids.
They'd be bored to death with the speeches.
And his father?
8 o'clock, that's his bedtime. He'd snore through the whole thing.
Well, if that's the way you want it, Mrs. Quinn. Hey, now here's the good news for you. Skip here is going to be the master of ceremonies.
Will you now? Now that is good news. You must speak at every wedding, funeral, and bar mitzvah in the department.
Well, this is Tom Quinn's retirement. I wouldn't hear of anybody else taking on the job.
Oh, you're a good friend.
It'll be a great party, Miss Quinn.
I know it will be.
I did not approve any deal with Denver. And I'll be hanged, drawn, and quartered before I show myself in that sweatbox Rosenblum called an auditorium.
You gave me the go-ahead.
I gave you nothing of the kind. Watch it, Henry. You're taking advantage.
Why should I take advantage? What's in it for me?
6%, that's what's in it for you. And don't give me one of those faces that's supposed to represent outraged innocence. Pimp off me just as much as anybody else. Who are you? All I ask of you is read my contracts. I don't ask you to wipe my nose or change my diaries. Arthur Breyer sent you?
Yes.
You do windows?
Do you pay my car fare?
Good old Arthur.
Daddy? Mother? I
I got a job. Oh. But not with Mr. Breyer. A man that Mr. Breyer sent me to. And he is going to pay me $2.25 a week.
Wow.
$2.25. Wow.
Congratulations.
When I left the firm, I was making top money below the executive level, and that was $110.
What does this character do?
He's a singer.
What do you do?
Well, I'm supposed to, manage him. Not his business. No, he has Mr. Breyer for that, and agents and lawyers and who knows what else. Now, manage his life, I guess. Organize him and his apartment. Make sure he takes his vitamins. Answer the doorbell. I don't know. Oh, after I got out of that madhouse where he works, I called Mr. Breyer, and he said, yes, that was the general idea. Get the kid organized.
The kid?
Well, he must be all of 27, 28.
Well, organize him, but don't mother him.
There's a difference?
Daddy.
Tell me more about this singer.
Well, his name is Brooks, Donnie Brooks.
Donnie Brooks? What kind of a singer is he?
Well, I can't say, really. From the way he was dressed, I'd guess he's one of those nuts you see on TV. You know, the kind with...
Donnie Brooks has 6 monsters in a row. He's led the charts for 3 years running.
What's a monster?
A Goldie, 1 million records sold.
1 million records?
And he's had 6 in a row.
Well, what's a man like him make on just one record?
Like 15 cents per record.
15 cents 1 million times, 6 times in a row.
That's 150,000 times 6. That's 900,000. And that's just for his records.
You say that music is this boy's interest. I think his subject is arithmetic. You like going to school here, Rob?
It's okay.
You like your teachers?
Yeah, they're okay.
There's something that you and I've got to talk about.
That sounds like an ominous opener.
No, it's not ominous, it's just serious.
Oh, okay, teacher.
Oh. Well, that bright young nephew of yours has been in my music class for 2 days, but today's the first day that he actually sat down at the piano.
And?
Well, have you ever heard Robbie play?
No.
He's remarkable. You got to get him out of here, Mike.
Why?
Well, you don't condemn a young Mozart to your average New York high school.
Oh, no.
No, come on, Mike, do the world a favor. You should put that boy where he belongs. Now, if I had a child like that...
Now, wait a minute. In the first place, I don't have him. He's got a grandfather, a great-grandfather, and 2 uncles to act as his surrogate fathers. I'm only one of that company, but even with the minimal powers vested in me, I'd fight tooth and nail not to have any 14-year-old locked into any specialized institution of learning and thus into a career. Even if he were young Mozart, which I hope and pray he's not. Now, this uncle says he learns reading, writing, and arithmetic, and he plays a lot of punch ball, and he gets a lot of hits in the head before he's even allowed an opinion as to what he wants to do with the rest of his life.
Those are very banal and hidebound judgments that you simply do not render in the case of a gifted child.
Oh, gifted schmifty.
Oh, Michael, you sound like a redneck, and it only betrays your ignorance.
Oh, does it? Now, well, listen to me, lady. When I was a kid, there was a kid on our block who was a hell of a fiddle player. And his parents did everything they could to encourage it, figuring, I guess, that they were doing the world a favor. They gave him 2 hours of general education every day, and the rest of the time he practiced. My God, how did that kid practice?
Well, what can...
No, just hear me out. Now, hear me out, will you? I'm coming to the point. The point is, the kid gave a recital to help raise money for the church. He was 9 years old, and he was terrific. And after the recital, the whole block went backstage to congratulate him. And there he was in the corner, flanked by his mom and his papa. And they were doing the handshaking. Young Paganini you weren't allowed to touch. You might lay a germ on him, or God forbid, you might hurt his hands. He looked like a bird in a cage.
What happened to him?
That kid's name was Yehudi Menuhin.
What?
No, I'm sorry. His name was Hugo Kellerman, and nobody ever heard of him again.
Well, Well, at any rate, there is something to be said for parents like that. He might have been another Yehudi Menuhin.
No, he wasn't.
Well, he might have been.
Yeah, you might have made a damn good Jesuit.
I think that is a compliment. But anyway, you know I'm not going to let go of this thing. He doesn't have to be put in a cage, Michael. There are other ways. There are other ways.
Name one.
The High School of Music and Drama.
What, put him in with those freaks?
They are not freaks, Michael. I know. I work there.
They're freaks, Millie. And he's a country boy. Ah.
Tommy, would you sit still?
Mom, it hurts.
Well, you should have thought of that when the fight started.
Liz? Hey, Liz?
Okay. Now let's find out what this is all about. Tell it to the Marines.
That was one hell of a practice session. Boy, I'm here to tell you, that kid Gusick is... Hey, what happened? What happened?
Got into a fight.
A fight? Who with?
Tell him.
Monty Hoffman.
Who must have been wearing brass knucks.
He didn't hit me. I got it when I fell down.
And who knocked you down?
Dad,
Yeah?
adopted means I belong to you, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, sure.
Just as much as David or Kathy or Sean?
Well, at least as much. Yeah, probably a little bit more. Why do you ask?
Just asking.
It's gonna keep coming up. More and more. Particularly in his own mind.
He can handle it.
What makes you so sure he can handle it?
Sure, you saw him just now. Roll right off his back.
Did it? He got into a fight about it.
But the kid's 12 years old, for God's sake.
Right, he's a little boy. And he needs help.
Hey, what kind of help?
We've got to talk to him about it.
Look, Liz, we talked about it. He knows he's adopted.
But we haven't talked about it in years. Matter of fact, not since we told him. And the older he gets, the more it's gonna bother him.
Liz, Helser Perkornik took 2 volumes in the one definitive psychological work on the general subject of adoption to say to adoptive parents, one and all, tell the child, explain it to him, but don't keep insisting on it. Once he knows it, let him digest the enormous fact all by himself. Let him work it out for himself.
Michael, Tommy is very special.
No.
Don't ask me why, I just know it. And I know this. I know that you are absolutely marvelous in your judgment of children. I know that. 9 times out of 10, you're right. But even you cannot generalize in the case of special children. They need special handling, Mike. They're entitled.
Well, Mr. Quinn, I don't think there should be any trouble. We're really jammed to the gills right now, but we can always make room for a genius. You didn't hear that. We've got a lot of forms to fill out, but if Millicent doesn't mind pulling a few strings in her official capacity, that might expedite matters for all of us.
No, I never mind using my clout. I've got so little of it.
Good. Follow me. You stick around here, Rob. Get acquainted.
And that's all you dig, that long hair?
I like it.
That's the only kind of music you like?
I like all kinds of music.
What's your name?
Robbie.
Your name, man, your name.
Kevin Robert O'Neill, Jr.
First thing, you gotta cut off that junior.
What's your name?
Greer.
Her name is Liberty Lopez.
Greer Bogart.
Yeah, this week. Last week you was Lily something. Lily Barrymore.
So, Mr. Gary Benson, when you first came here, your name was Sanford Fishbein. You want to go up on stage, you got to call yourself something cool. Not like that, Yatata Junior.
Who says I want to go up on stage?
Hey, man, you know where you are?
Sure.
Everybody who comes to this school is going to be an actor.
Who says? I'm going to be a dancer.
Same thing.
Who says?
It's all up on a stage. Same thing.
You're stupid. An actor talks. A dancer don't talk. A dancer...
Whoa, look out.
Like that?
Yeah.
Better with music.
Michael, don't worry about him. He's going to be all right. I mean, the boy's in a new school in a strange city, and...
You're thrown in with a bunch of creatures from outer space, huh?
Michael, every one of those kids has a very special talent. That's how they got in there in the first place.
Hey, what? Hey. Hey, come on in. That's my brother.
Hey, oh, buddy.
Hey, how are you? Hey, listen, but pull up a rock.
No, I can't. I'm just on the way to the firehouse.
Well, at least say hello to Millicent Priestley. Millicent, this is my brother Bill.
Well.
Well, do I read the stripes right? Are you a lieutenant?
Yeah, you read good. She reads good. Is this just friendly stuff between friends? An innocent little coffee break?
Oh, no, well, we were trying to keep it a secret, but,
Millicent, is it?
Yes.
Waiter, another cup of coffee, please? Yes, sir.
Hey, Dad.
Oh, hi, David.
How'd it go?
Oh, well, it's hard to tell the first day, of course, but, he seemed to like it all right.
That's good. Will you just concentrate on piano, or, you know?
No, you'll also have a full diet of languages and mathematics and history and so forth.
I wanted to see Grandpa Sean today.
Oh? Well, how is he?
He's okay.
You seem to have some reservations about that.
Oh, no. No, he's fine. Think of condition.
Okay, come on. Let's have it.
Well, it's just that he keeps telling me how nice it is to be a fireman.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's face it, you're gonna be 17 years old pretty soon. You been given any thought about general directions, about what you want to do with the rest of your life?
No, not really.
Huh? Well, the old man had a good life in the department, and your grandfather had a good life, and your Uncle Bill doesn't have any complaints, at least as far as I can see.
Yeah, but I think the trouble's somewhere in there.
What do you mean?
Well, they're all thinking like it's some kind of family business or something. Like the oldest should always go in the department.
Yeah, well, the hell with that. That's what the French call essence, and the English call tradition, and for all I know, the Bulgarians got another name for it. You know, I'm a candlestick maker, so my son has to be a candlestick maker. Well, to hell with that. Look, I broke the mold. I didn't go into the department. Look, all I want for you is that you pick the one thing that you want the most in life, and you do it. I did it, and I want you to do it.
Well, I haven't done any real thinking about it. But thanks.
Well, anyway, I'll make it all right with her.
That's sweet of you, Heather dear, if you would.
When you go in to see them presently, you might ask her over for the evening.
Yes, I certainly will. And there's another thing you could do that would please her enormously.
Oh, what?
Thank you. That was very good, Miss O'Neill. Very nice.
Thank you, Mr. Bren.
Hold it, Miss O'Neill. Would you tell me something about yourself?
Well, I went out last season with the match players. We did 4 restoration plays in modern dress. Love for Love, School for Scandal, Man of Mode.
Yep. What else have you done?
Well, I just got out of the academy last fall. While I was there, I did Taste of Honey, 4 Shakespeare heroines. I had the lead in Summer and Smoke.
At the academy?
Yes, sir.
Would you hold it there just a minute, please? Miss O'Neill.
Yes, sir?
We like the reading very much.
Thank you.
Would you mind taking off your clothes?
I beg your pardon?
Well, we'd like to see some of your other attributes. Do you mind?
For this play?
Yeah.
But this is Hedda Gabler.
Oh, I appreciate your reminding me of that, Miss O'Neill. I really do. But may I remind you that you were told that we intended to take some liberties with Ibsen. For instance, we're thinking of doing the suicide scene in the nude.
Well, I don't think it's necessary for this.
Use the ladies' room if you like.
I don't think I would like.
Miss O'Neill, are you interested in getting this part?
Yes, I am, but if it means to...
Who are you?
I'm from the little church around the corner.
Young man, whoever you are disrupting this audition.
Old man, one more word out of you and I'm going to come up there and start knocking teeth down your throat.
But Julie said it was a perfectly legitimate...
Well, you tell Julie she sent you down to audition for the most notorious fruitcake in the business. She told me where you're auditioning, and for whom I practically ran all the way. These guys don't give a damn about equity rules, honey.
Well, anyway, how'd you make out?
13 guys read before I did, and it'll look like there were another 30 after me. Don't call us, we'll call you. But 3 lines in the first act. What a business.
Well, when we're Lunt and Fontaine, we can look back on all this and have a lot of laughs.
Yeah, right. A lot of laughs.
You realize this is the first time that we've ever been to a departmental racket when you did not wear your uniform.
Well, I'm no longer a member of the department.
But I'm sure they expect you to show up looking like a captain.
Wrong. They expect me to show up looking like a retired captain, which is exactly what they're going to get. A 65-year-old lame duck in a soup and fish.
You must stop talking about your age. It's getting to be a fixation with you.
Well, it's the first time I've ever been 65.
But that's not old. Now, cut it out.
Oh, I agree. Not in this day and age. But you know, the mistake I made was never having any distractions.
What does that mean?
Well, I mean, I never had any hobbies.
Oh.
I never even got interested in sports. Until Mike played on the football team.
You read a lot.
Ah, not a lot.
You read David Copperfield.
I found even that tough going. Now, what I'm trying to say is, now that I've been put out to pasture, I don't even know how to smell the clover.
Did you just make that up?
Just like that. Not bad, huh?
Oh, well. Clover schmover. As Mrs. Siegel on the second floor used to say. The world is now your oyster. You can do anything you like.
Yeah, I never learned to like anything except the department. And you and the kids.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Shoot.
If you could be anything or anybody in the world, the President of the United States, Clark Gable.
Clark Gable's dead.
Oh, so he is. I keep forgetting that. Now, answer the question. What would you choose? There must be something.
Well, my earliest memory goes back to when I was 4 years old. The memory is this. I was telling my father that I wanted to be a fireman.
Come on. Didn't you ever want to be King of England or Babe Ruth or like that, or a cowboy?
Well, now that you bring her out, there was one thing once upon a time.
What?
No, you'll laugh.
I won't laugh. What is it?
Well, my God, I'm glad you asked the question. Maybe it isn't too late.
What is it? Come on, tell me.
You won't laugh.
Cross my heart.
I wanted to be a shepherd.
Said about it. I tell you, when I look around this hall tonight, I hope the hell my house ain't burning. I'd have to call up the kid next door and tell him to get out his water pistol. Now, where was I? Oh, yeah. When I was a boy, I can remember my old man coming home from work, practically in tears, and he says to me, he says, "We now have an Italian in our horse company." An Italian. My mother throws up her hands and she says, "Saints Peter and Paul, have mercy on us." Now, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, she says, "Have mercy on us." Oh, hey,
This is comedy. I'm Margaret Quinn, commonly called Peggy.
Renee,
So nice of you to come.
well, Gene wouldn't have it any other way. I can't tell you how much he thinks of Captain Quinn.
You know, this
It's
reminds
very
me
mutual,
of
I assure you.
Jimmy Nolan was sent downtown to talk to a new inspector in the department.
Are you looking for someone in particular, Mrs. Renee?
Just counting the house. Tell me, which is your family stable?
Well, the inspector's name
Over there.
Is that your whole family?
Oh, no. Lots of little ones, you know, grandchildren. And my son Bill hasn't arrived yet. He's with the department, you know.
Enough of that.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you a man who's a credit to our profession, a boon to our department, your friend and mine, Gene Carmody.
Thank you. Thank you. I'd like to have that kind of an introduction when I go up against the mayor next week on the budget. Seriously, ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege for me to appear here tonight to take part in this tribute to a man who I've known and respected ever since he broke me in on the job. I've known his wife and his lovely family. His son, Bill, was a valued consultant to my staff.
I've met your son, Bill, in Gene's office. You have?
We know how to take the measure of
Do you expect him soon?
We go more
He'll
by
be
actions
along.
than words.
Late for an occasion like this?
Man may have a tough jaw.
What makes a fireman late for anything?
That means nothing.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I'm sure he'll be here soon.
You got
Safe and
intentional
sound.
fortitude. That's what we like.
Hope to God.
We pass judgment.
Oh,
When did it start?
about an hour ago.
What's your excuse?
Piano lessons, huh?
Oh, you're gonna be late.
I'll call you, okay? You left your keys in the door.
There are a few of us in this room whose roots in the department go very deep indeed. Back to our fathers. In some rare cases, to our grandfathers. My father, God rest his soul, spent the best years of his life in the department, and so did Tom's.
To think, at one time, I could be doing all this by myself. Oh, now steer me over to the window, will you, laddie? Open her up. Oh, the old trollop really turns on at night, doesn't she? Always did, you know. When I was a pup, about the size of yourself, and the city was just a young slut. Do you know where Uptown was? 34th Street, think of that. Dear, dear. I'd watch the old girl stretch and stretch. Up, up, and up. She's 5 boroughs now. And reaching out and grabbing. And everything she grabs, she contaminates.
It's time you got into bed, Grandpa.
What is this? Am I that old? If my own great-grandson is saying to me what I should be saying to him. Time to get into bed, is it? What are you doing here anyway? After daylight, you don't even live here.
Everybody's gone to the big dinner, so I'm sleeping here tonight.
Babysitting, are you? For your old great-grandpa.
Babysitting.
Oh, dear. Close the window, then.
Shall I leave it open a little?
Oh, I should say not. Who wants to breathe that stuff? What dinner?
There's a big dinner for Grandpa tonight.
Oh, sure. It's the big racket at Hannington's. But I can't go, because I've got to go to bed. Well, I had one of them things myself. 27 years ago, come November. And I'm not missing a darn thing. Oh, yes. There'll be lots of hot air blowing out there tonight. And it won't be coming from any conflagration either. You know, when I was a wee lad, She didn't even stretch from river to river. There were farms on both banks. Can you imagine that? Farms on West 42nd Street. I've seen them, I tell you, and I remember them very well. Bear with me, son. I'll be sound asleep soon. What was I talking about?
The city.
Oh, the city. The old trumpet. Who has seen more of her? Who put up with more of her? Who loves her more than I do?
You love the city, Grandpa?
Oh, sure I do. And everything in it. And I lick the guy that says otherwise.
Tom Quinn, I pray the day will come soon when the retirement age will be up to another 5 years, and we won't find it necessary to lose men of your experience. You see, I find it one of the fallacies of the system that just when a man gets good at what he does, when in fact he reaches the prime of his life, that the system hands him his hat and tells him it is time to retire. Tom Quinn, the department is much the poorer for losing the likes of you.
Friends, I'll make it short and sweet. Every man in this room knows I'm no orator. There are a few men here tonight who remember my father in his prime. He was the mouthpiece of the family. He could speechify on all occasions like an angel. It is a talent that has not been inherited. So this is it, short and sweet. I'll start by saying this. I never urged my boys to follow in my footsteps. I never considered it necessary to tell them what it was like living in the department. They always had the living example before them. But I'm going to take a different tack with my grandchildren. I look around me at the world today, and I think maybe what the young ones need is a bit of guidance. So I'm going to say to my grandsons, look, boys, think about going into the department. Consider it carefully before you make any other decision what to do with your life. My own father once said to me, a fireman's lot is a good one, a clean one, an honest one. It's a dangerous one, of course, but we all buy that when we join. Maybe that's part of why we join. Our more comfortable fellow mortals don't understand that our lives here have a sharper edge to them because we live with danger. And at the base of everything you do, there's the satisfaction of knowing that you're spending your life in the service of your fellow man. Well, that's not a bad thought to take with you. You finally bow out. Thank you.
To know what it is makes you so lucky to have been born and brought up in this den of depravity. It's just that whoever you are, and whatever you do, or whatever you want to do, the city says, yes, you can do it. I will provide the opportunity, she says, if you provide the guts. No matter what it is you want to do, I'll provide the support somehow until you can do it. Do you know what I'm saying at all, Manny? I'm saying that if it's money you want, or love, or a decent life, or the life of a bum, or beauty, or ugliness, or God, or Lucifer, or the flesh pots, or a life of charity, if you want to be a saint or a sinner, the city says yes, you can. Now, if you're one of the unlucky ones, if you live in the sticks, and you want to be, I suppose, a poet, or a third baseman, or one of them fellas that shouts out loud on the TV, where's the opportunity? So you've got to come here to be what you want to be. Otherwise, like the man says, you're going to waste your sweetness on the desert air. And the city, the old bag, says, okay, if that's what you want to be, that's what you'll be. I provide for all ambitions. Do you know what I'm saying, Matt?
Oh, Grandpa, I don't.